So coming home, that is when reality began to hit me. So you couldn't breastfeed. So you put him like this, you press milk, you pour in the mouth, it just goes.
Good evening and praise the name of the Lord. This is the time we bring to you the Gorgeous Woman Show. And as always, I am excited to be your host and to bring to you stories that will inspire you. There is always a woman seated on this seat that gives a story about their life. It's not just a story, it's something that will inspire you and empower you and to show you that the power of God is real in every circumstance. And I am delighted today to be joined by a beautiful lady, a gorgeous woman that has been through pain, through suffering, in the hands of doctors, first of all. Secondly, after a surgery that went bad, and then having a child that has special needs, has cerebral palsy. It's been a journey, and she's here to pour out her heart, not because she's ashamed of her pain, but she wants to use her pain for her gain. So see you and take care of everybody around you. Tell them, please, I'm watching Gorgeous Woman, don't disturb me, and share with your friends and family. So karibu sana, Mercy.
Asante sana.
It's a joy to have you, looking gorgeous and on point.
I'm humbled.
Yes.
I'm humbled to be here. I don't take it for granted.
You're most welcome.
Asante.
Yeah, so tell us basically, like in a few minutes, who is Mercy? Where does she come from? What has made her who she is? Does she have a relationship with Christ? Basically about that.
Oh, my name is Mercy Simiyu.
Yeah.
I come from a village called Ahero.
Village?
A village.
Nothing village about you, we thank God.
Okay, the place I come from, as in where I've been raised. Born and
that's
raised.
where they used to have rice.
Yes, exactly.
Did they still do rice?
Yes.
Okay.
A lot. We need to visit.
We need to, I know.
Yes, so I come from Ahero, but I'm married in Kitale. So that's the name Simiyu.
Ah, okay. Ah,
yes,
beautiful.
yes. So I'm born again. I love Christ. Yes.
Oh, glory to
I'm
God.
a gospel minister. I sing.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Well, we'll be delighted to hear one of your songs.
Amen. I will be humbled.
Yeah, so tell me about your family, where you come from, your father, your dad, your siblings, basically about how you grew up.
Well, I'm a firstborn in a family of 5 kids. My parents were both teachers. My dad is late, but my mom is still around.
Oh, nice.
Yes, so I grew up in, let me say it was a polygamous setup. My dad had other...
Several people.
Yes, you understand.
How many?
The ones we know.
Yeah.
I think around 3.
The ones you know.
You know these things now.
The secret things belong to God, but those that are revealed, they are for us.
Yes, but it was a polygamous setup because, we couldn't see our dad every time.
So were you living in the same compound? Or?
No.
Okay.
So we used to live different
Okay,
areas.
but you knew them?
Yes, because dad, of course, now if you can't see your dad until a whole month is gone, so you know where he is.
Ah, so it was not like official polygamy, it was just like they were mistresses?
No, there is one that is official.
Okay.
That even have, my stepmom has two kids.
Okay.
Who are actually they're twins.
And for you, you are how many?
5.
5. Which born are you?
I'm firstborn.
Hey, so the burden of taking care of your siblings was on you.
Yes, even up to now, because I have our last born is right now in Form 1. She joined Form 1 the other day.
Okay.
So actually she's like my baby because now
firstborn and lastborn.
Yes.
There's always that chemistry.
Yes.
So how did you feel about your dad growing up?
I loved my dad so much, and I was a daddy's girl. And most of the time, I think I didn't see so much. I was his child. I don't have to get into their relationship.
Oh, yes.
Yes, I just become a child. When I need something, I look for him wherever he is, even if it is going wherever he is, and look for him and ask for school fees, ask for what I need, and go to school.
And he would be very warm to receive you.
Yeah, once you've gone there, he has no choice but to provide.
I like the liberation of firstborns. They stick to the point.
Yes, but you know now, they say desperate measures calls for desperate actions.
Yes.
Those days, I didn't even know Christ. Yeah. So you just have to do what you know. Yeah, because you want to go to school.
I know.
You look at the life you're living, you don't like it. So you want to have a difference in future.
Okay.
Yes, so you just go out of your way. You look for, you don't have to hold grudges. Just look for him. He's your dad anyway.
I know.
And tell him I need school fees.
So apart from gospel ministry, what else do you do?
I teach.
Okay.
I did tourism management. I used to work in a tour company, but I resigned. That's connected with the boy. Yeah. But I also did French. So I teach French.
Oh, nice. Wow, our viewer, that's just an introduction of our guest. We are yet to hear the real story, so make sure you share with your friends and family. And of course, for all your counseling needs, there's Pretata Counseling Center. The numbers are on your screen. You can call. There are many counselors. They'll assist you, of course, at a fee, but definitely very friendly, and they'll make sure that you're attended to. See you after the break. So welcome back, our viewer. I'm excited again as we have our guest, Mercy Simiyu, talking about her story. So Mercy, now we already know that you did tourism, you teach French. Tell me more about your journey through girlhood, like being a girl. How was your teenage life like until marriage? Because there are so many young people here, they want to imagine that what they are going through is very unique. Nobody has gone through that. Well,
I come from a background where we didn't know salvation.
Yeah.
Actually, salvation was introduced to me in college.
Oh.
So growing up, I never knew about salvation. So I was just a vibrant teenager, just like every other.
Yeah.
I went to school. I schooled in primary school at home. And then I went to high school. There's a high school in Nyanza still. And then I went to college. The college is in it's Savo Park International. It's in Voi. Yeah. So of course I'm one person. I'm very outgoing. That is even from my teenage life. So I was vibrant, just like every other teenager.
Yeah. Are you singing anywhere?
No, I never knew I could sing. I never knew.
So when did you discover this?
In college after salvation.
So it's like a gift that was hidden in you, but after knowing Jesus, the gift sprang forth.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes. Actually, I normally say this and people think, this is funny, but I never knew I could sing from childhood. But I loved music. I could listen to music most of the time. I loved dancing. But I never knew it was something that was in me. Even I remember in high school, I once tried to join, do you know those choir? Is it choir?
Those choirs, yeah.
I was sent away. I was told, you can't sing. So I never thought, but anyway, I was just doing it because I wanted to go out, in high school.
Definitely in high school.
Yes.
The only way out to breathe fresh air
yes.
is join a team.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I was doing it, but then I was thrown out of the team. I was told you can't sing. So, in fact, about singing was never I never thought I could sing. I just wanted to pursue something to do.
So what kind of music do you sing?
Gospel. Oh.
Like, how do I describe
genre.
it? Not even genre. Do you sing like your own language, regional songs, or do you sing Swahili, English, worship, praise, genre, whatever?
I sing all. I'm not limited to.
You're not limited.
I sing. I have a song. I think 2 in Luo.
Yeah.
I have most Kiswahili.
Okay.
I have a few English, like 2 maybe.
Okay.
And then I do worship. Actually, I lead worship in church. Yes.
Okay. Could you sing for us one of your favorites among them?
I
know they're all your favorites, but there is one that is Like, you know, the
Of
one
course.
inside.
Of course, you being a singer, you know the last born is always the favorite.
I know.
The one you gave birth to recently,
Yeah.
right? So my latest song, it's called Nitulie. Nitulie na Yesu. So it goes like this. Nitulie nawe, Yesu, nitulie nawe, kwako kuna salama. Nitulie nawe, Yesu, nitulie nawe, kwako kuna salama.
That was a wicked choir leader who told you can't sing. They were, like we can say, they were jealous of you. Oh, but we thank Christ, because sometimes people think salvation is just running away from sin. But there are hidden gifts within us that only God can breathe onto, and they come to purpose. So, and I think you're a perfect story.
I'm actually, in fact, you're very right. Actually, after salvation, that's when I discovered who really I am.
Wow.
Yeah, because then I think I was chasing something different. I was chasing career. I was chasing, but then when I gave my life to Christ,
You found purpose.
yes, I realized that that's not me.
Yeah.
Now I realized who I am.
Yeah.
And the direction I'm supposed to take with my life.
Correct.
Which now I discovered I can sing.
Oh, wow.
And you know, God is very amazing, let me say so. Because that time when I began to sing, in fact, I just joined the praise and worship because now, you know, after giving you, I was a vibrant
You are
youth.
very aggressive. You wanted to know this Christ
Yes, and now,
serve him.
so after giving my life to Christ, I decided just to join the praise and worship. I was just joining to see what normally happens there. Wow. So after joining, one day, I was in the CU for the college. So one day, people come for gathering, and no praise and worship shows up except me. And I was new there. So they tell me, you're part of the praise and worship, come and lead. I'm like, you guys are not serious.
Yeah.
Me.
I was disqualified long time ago.
You don't know, I'm just there. just to stay there. And they told me, no, you're part of the praise and worship. Take the microphone and lead worship. That was my first day. Wow. And when I sang, the choir leader told me, you have something.
Wow.
The CU chairman told me, you know, you have a voice and you have something. Wow. You just don't know.
Glory to God.
So I said, this one is enjoying me, you know. And you know, men of God, they will always encourage you. So I knew I was just being encouraged.
Okay, fast forward. Tell us about your journey into marriage now.
Now, I got married. I got married at a very young age. Yes, at 22, I was already married.
Okay. By a brother in church.
We were in college together.
Okay.
It's a long story.
Yes.
But he's the one who led me to Christ.
Oh, nice.
So I got married after college. That is, I think, 2 years after. And we got married. Of course, it was not a glorious wedding like all the others. We were called on a Sunday service after service. We were prayed for.
Wow, that's good. Young people should emulate. There is nothing wrong.
Yes, of course.
Because as much as you want to do a grand wedding when you're young, it's only grand in your eyes. But to somebody else's eyes, it's still baby play. So
I know.
So, yeah.
I know. We just wanted to do things the right way, but we were still trusting God financially.
Yes. So you were really down there.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we just did it a simple way on a Sunday service after service.
No, tell me more about that. So you are wearing a gown?
No, it was just a white dress, a nice white dress.
Yes, and the guy had a kadunga suit in a bow tie.
Yes.
And then you came with your rings.
Yes.
Did you have your best couple and your bridal team?
Of course, people are briefed.
Ah, nice.
Yes. Of course, it was planned, and people are briefed, even parents, and and then
so it was actually a wedding, but it is not like your usual kind of ceremonial wedding. It was within a church service.
Yeah, within a church service. Yes.
Nice. So you got married, and now you got pregnant.
Yes, I got pregnant. In fact, I got pregnant. I think like almost the first month I was already pregnant with my firstborn. My firstborn is 12 years.
12 years, yeah.
And then now. And then I got pregnant again after, but that was after 4 years.
After 4 years.
Then I got pregnant now with my son.
Did you have a struggle, or was it intentional?
Which one?
Spacing of 4 years?
No, it was not.
Okay.
Yes, it was not intentional. It just happened.
You couldn't just conceive?
No, not really. I don't know how it happened because I've never even used family planning. I don't know how it happened.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
But then now after 4 years I conceived. I gave birth to now the boy. But now my firstborn was very normal. The birth was very normal. In fact, she was a big baby, like 4 kgs.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the birth was very normal. Very. In fact, I didn't have any complications.
Okay.
Yes. So now, coming to the second born is where now I had serious complications. Yes.
Is it from conception or just, was the journey of pregnancy okay?
Very
okay.
smooth. Even I was doing ministry.
Ah, okay.
I was leading worship. I was going places to sing. I remember at one time I took my pastor to another country. She was going to preach because I was happy. So even we went and she was preaching. So I did ministry throughout the pregnancy. Yes.
All right. So the worst happened during delivery. So tell us that journey around delivery.
Well, is it 2 weeks to 2 weeks to delivery? I was told to go for is it called scan?
Yeah, scan. Yeah.
Yes, and the baby was just okay. Though I was told, this is a big baby, but he was okay. In fact, everything was done, and they told me, the baby's fine. So 2 weeks now, we're waiting just to deliver. I was prepared. Like you're waiting for it. I have my first one is a girl,
and then the second one is a boy.
This one is a boy.
And by the time you're 4 years, at that gap, you already are missing a child.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I was prepared. I had the blue things. The besheni is blue. The what is blue. I was prepared to receive the boy. And now, the whole thing I began the same day of the labor. Because I started having labor pains. 24th of August, 23rd of August, 2013. So I started having labor pains. It was around 11 a.m. So I went to the hospital, and I was waiting. Of course, now I was told, the baby is on the way. So you put on those clothes, the clothes they put on. So I was there waiting for, to receive the baby. But now the labor pains went on and on until, now, even the water broke. But now the baby was not coming out. It went even up to night. I was still on labor. Nothing happened through the night. The following day.
Wow.
Yes, and the water had broke already.
So did they put you on medication or?
Yeah, they tried to induce me. I was done for everything. They tried to induce me, everything, nothing. Until now, I reached a point. I was already even tired myself. I was very tired. The baby, I think, also was very tired. So when they realized I was very tired, that's when they said, let's take her to theater. It was a matter of emergency. So I was taken to theater, like they were running with me to the theater. Even the papers were being signed as I was inside there.
After how many hours of labor?
After, it was almost 24 hours. 24 hours. And we know now the water had already broke. So when I went into theater, of course I was done for operation and the baby was removed. But now the baby was already very tired and he was already convulsing. So they said he had coiled himself with, actually they called it obstructed labor, that I had he couldn't come out normally. But now they took too long to respond to
Was it a public hospital?
No, it's not a public hospital. It's only that I don't always want to mention the hospital. But it was a private hospital.
But that was negligence.
It was purely negligence. That is the problem. That was the cause of my son's problem, was purely negligence. Purely. Because they knew what to do. Once water breaks, the baby's life is in danger. Because it is water that supports the baby.
Yeah. So if the baby stays without surprise, and the baby is inside there.
That's birth asphyxia. That is what resulted to my son's problem. Is caused by lack of oxygen in the brain. So that is when the baby begins, he does not cry properly. And that is exactly what happened to my son. He did not cry properly. The engine, that is the brain, did not start to work properly. Wow. So that means his development becomes slow or poor. Yeah, so that is what happened to the boy. Now, to make the matters worse, these people went to operate me. They left I don't know what in my womb. That is that same day.
No, just before, let's push back a bit. So they now say they want to do a CS on you. Do you deliver the baby? Did the baby begin to converse immediately? Or
Yes.
Were you aware of that?
That the baby was convulsing.
Yeah, because definitely you are you were sedated.
Yes, but you know it was, so I could hear.
You could hear?
Yes, I could hear them saying the baby's convulsing. Wow. I could hear them say, in fact, they told me, your baby is okay, but he has issues. Now, you know, I didn't understand anything. They just told me, the baby has issues. We have to take him to the, I don't know, they call it what? The
nursery incubator?
Yes. So he was just taken there.
Okay. So now tell us, the surgery, they left some stuff inside?
Yes.
When did you discover that?
Well, now because the baby was in the incubator, I was also in the ward. I was also in the ward now taking care of the boy. So day 1, day 2, day 3, I started having serious pains in my stomach. And I could go tell the nurses that, you know, I'm in pain. And they tell me, now, it's just because of the operations, they inject me painkiller, and then I go back. Actually, with the inject, you know, you don't feel pain.
Yeah.
So another day comes, the stomach begins to swell. My stomach began to swell, like it was swelling, it was here.
And they were still, it's okay?
Yeah, they were telling me, it's because of the operation, you'll be fine. They inject me.
Okay, just hold that thought. Our viewer, we're just starting to hear the sad story of Mercy Simiu's experience through bad doctors or luckless doctors. And we hope to see you after the break. Wow. So after the 3 days, your stomach is swelling, you are still being comforted, it's normal?
Yeah. My stomach was swelling every day.
The doctor didn't mention that to the doctor?
No, they didn't. They were just injecting me, I think with painkiller, or I don't know, whatever it was. So after I did the 4th day, I had gone to see the boy in the incubator. You know, now him being there, I was pressing milk.
And was he still conversing at that point?
No, he was on machines, on oxygen, I don't know. There's so many things that were put on him. So what we used to do is you press milk, and then, you know, now he has pipe, so you just pour on the pipe. He was feeding through, you know, pipe through the nose. So I had gone to see the baby in the incubator to feed him, actually. Coming out, actually it was just God that it did not happen inside there, because coming out just after the door, like coming out of the door outside, my stomach burst out down here. The place where I was done for operation.
Nobody used to come and check that wound?
You know, they tell you clean the wound. You clean the wound in the morning with, I don't know what is it.
But ordinarily, a doctor or somebody, or a clinic officer should come and check if the wound is healing.
Yeah, but they are not checking. They're just giving instructions on what you're supposed to do. So the wound burst. Like from one side, actually from the end, but now it started removing pus. So that smell is what called the doctors and the nurses. So they all were running, looking for, and me, I couldn't move. I was just standing there because I couldn't move, and it was just coming. I couldn't move. I was just standing, holding on the.
I can imagine it's unimaginable pain.
It was painful. Actually, I normally say even labor pain is not that painful.
Definitely.
It was painful. So I was just standing there. And to that, I always thank God because I was in the hospital. I think if I was in the house, it could have been a different story. Because now you see, at least I was in the hospital. So I got first-hand how do you call
response.
it? Yes, response. Because now they came, they put me on that stretcher. They rushed me down to I don't know where. Then they did first aid because it was at night. They did first aid on me. It was painful because there was nothing like, there was no, how do you call them?
They don't numb you, the anesthesia. Yeah.
There was nobody to, to give me that. So I was just told, hey, Vomilia. So they were doing first aid, like they're pressing your stomach so that, yeah, so that they, whatever could, until now the following day. So I had to go for another operation so that they could wash my stomach and remove whatever was left.
So the washing happened.
Yeah.
What was found in there?
They don't say. In fact, even in my medical report, they just said the wound got infected. They didn't say they left something. They can't write they left something.
Yeah.
So they wrote the wound was infected. But during operation, because now it's half, you can hear them saying.
So what did they say they left?
It was a cotton wool.
Oh my God.
It was a cotton wool. So you'll hear them saying, hey, libaki hapa, You'll hear them saying. But now when they are writing the report, they won't write. They will just write it was the wound got infected. So that passed, and I thank God I made it through because somebody else, many people were not making it through. But
in the same hospital.
Yes, but I thank God today. It is something that opened my eyes a lot. Because I pleaded with God. I just told God, give me another chance. I even have a son who really needs me. Give me another chance. And even to take care of the boy. And God,
so by this time, had you come to terms with the kind of child that you were to take care of?
First, I didn't even know the baby was special already.
Oh.
I've just been told, the baby has issues. So we are just going to take him to the incubator just to be able to do a few medications on him. You can't start rushing your mind that, the baby is special. You think it's just a slight thing and it can be corrected and then you'll come out and the baby is okay. So I didn't even know my child had a problem. I didn't know. And nobody was bold enough to tell me. So they were just telling me, just do this and this, just feed him, he'll be fine. He's just a different child. But now you don't understand how different.
Is this different?
Yes, this different part of it.
Because he looked normal.
He was very normal.
And he has stopped conversing now.
Now, now when he was under medication, that the medication for conversing, it normally makes the baby sleep.
Okay.
Like, I think restarts something like that, the brain. So, of course, he will not be convulsing when he's under medication. Yeah. So, he was not convulsing at that time.
So, tell us now your journey after now discharge.
Well, even before discharge, I stayed in the hospital for more than a month. I think it was a month and 1 week with the boy, just trying to help him. So, after every week, of course, every week was different. So the first week, I was wondering, I'm the only one being left in this. Every day people are coming, they get discharged, I'm the only one being left. I welcome others. They're left.
You almost became the matron.
Yes.
It happened.
Yes. So,
but the wound was healing now.
Yeah, the wound was healing. At least I was receiving care because now I was in the hospital. In fact, they became now even a bit careful with me now. So every day the baby, grew. Like today, they remove one machine. Tomorrow, they remove another, like that. And so I reached a point where my mother-in-law is a medic. She's retired though. So she's the one who called me and she's the one who broke now the news to me. After, I think, consulting with the doctors. And they told her, this is what happened. So she's the one who told me. She didn't tell me direct, she just told me, Mercy, I think that was the fourth week, yes, so that I could get discharged. She told me, Mercy, I want you to go to internet and Google something called cerebral palsy.
Oh, God.
I think she just didn't have a better way of telling me.
Yeah.
So I told her, okay, I will Google. I didn't Google because I think I was still coming to myself. I was still in pain.
Definitely.
Yes, and
And that's quite a journey.
Yeah, and then now also every time I'm pressing milk, you know,
it's not very convenient.
So when
breastfeeding in itself is not that easy.
Yes,
now.
it's not that easy. So when my husband came, I told him, Mom said, you Google this, we Google this, so go and Google and then you come and tell me. Because I don't think I'll understand anything at the moment. So he went and Googled. He also didn't tell me.
Wow.
So I was like, why? Nobody wants to tell me exactly what is going on. So I decided to Google it myself. So then I called my mom-in-law and told her I've Googled. Then he told me, now, the boy, you know, God has given you, she was just trying to tell me the information, but she couldn't.
That's a nice mother-in-law.
She was just trying to tell me, now, you know, Mercy, you know, all things, you know, work together for good. Now, the baby is different, but don't worry. Don't worry, you know, it's God's plans. So don't worry. Then, in fact, even her, she didn't know the boy would make it. I think according to the doctors, the way they were telling him. So she told me, don't worry, whatever happens, don't worry. So when she told me whatever happens, that one now caught my attention. I really wanted to know, what is this other thing that will happen? I think that is when now I realized I needed to pray. Because throughout that time, I was seeing everything as normal. The baby will just be fine. Even if I was praying, it was just a normal prayer. You know, you wake up in the morning, you thank God. But then at that time, I realized, I'm in war. That's when I realized now it is a matter of, I have to take life out of the devil's jaw. So that is when I woke up and I started calling my son to life. I started telling God, no, I want this one. I want to see your hand. Because I always hear people saying they have seen your hand. I read in the Bible. But now...
Now the woman of God was provoked. Okay.
I told God, I want to see now your hand. I want to see. I want also to testify what I normally hear other people, you know, saying. And I told God, this one is not going.
Wow.
Because I know you will manifest in this one. So I used to wake up every time I go. Even the doctors thought now I had gone mad. In fact, they started saying, I think that girl...
She's depressed.
Yeah, she has gone mad. But I was not mad. I used to wake up, go to the incubator, open my Bible, the book of Psalms. I read to the boy. I read aloud. I read to him. You will not die. You will live. You know, I read the whole of Psalms to him. I read the books to him. And I pray. And so now they started thinking they give me depression medicine. I told them, no, I'm fine.
Oh.
Because they thought, but I was very okay. Yeah, it's only that.
No, sometimes faith and madness, they look like.
You put it right. You're very right. You know.
Yeah.
You're very right because
it's only that the motivation is different. The driving force is different.
It's different. That's very true.
Yeah.
So that's when I woke up with, you know, I realized I needed to now stand up for the boy. So after 1 week of that, I was discharged. So after we got discharged, we came home. So coming home, that is when reality began to hit me. Because now, you know, this boy cannot breastfeed like every other child. His lifestyle is different. You're told, don't do this, don't do this, don't wash him, don't do this.
Don't wash him? Yeah,
because he was from the incubator. So he had this hissing sound. He was doing,
oh yeah.
So you just wipe. You can't put him in water. And then he couldn't breastfeed. So it means you press milk, you just pour in the mouth, it goes. You understand?
Oh, wow.
Because he can't breastfeed like he can't breastfeed. His reflexes were not
developed.
Yeah. So he couldn't breastfeed. So you put him like this, you press milk, you pour in the mouth, it just goes. So he was, that is when now I realized it was not easy. It took God.
Yeah.
Because now that is when I realized now I had a different type of life. So we went on and on and on. And now I realized I couldn't even go back to work because I was working either in a tour company. I had to resign. because months passed. You can't even employ a house girl. How do you leave a house girl with? And then he was convulsing. That time, by the way, he had serious convulsions, so he could convulse. Like you leave on him on bed, you go to bring water, you come back, you find him like this. The eyes are already looking the other direction. He's like this already. You can't leave someone.
A very young baby. That is very scary.
So personally, I used to get scared a lot. Not once. I used to scream every time.
And you feel helpless because you can't stop it.
Yeah, and you know that time you get confused. You don't even know what to do. I remember I've ever found myself in Kenyatta Hospital with my husband's shoes at the door. And I just carried the baby. At the door, I wore the shoes that I found there. With whatever was on my hair, the stocking. And you know, people will look at you and wonder what is wrong with this one. And then I found myself at Kenyatta because now the baby is like this. You enter a car, nobody wants to sit next to you. I mean, the matter, nobody wants to sit next to you because you have a baby who's already looking. Yes. So, but I remember even the day I went to Kenyatta because the baby was convulsing. I didn't even line. I just passed the line. The line was very long. I just passed. There was this table they put there. I placed the baby there for the nurse. So the nurse is talking to me and I've already placed the baby.
But definitely that was an emergency.
So now they helped me. So
I don't even think it would be fair for anybody to tell you to line up.
Yeah, but you know, you don't know. I think I've gone through a lot with this baby. Yeah. I think I've been in the hands of medics. I have seen everything.
What has been your ugliest experience? Apart from now the surgery?
Apart from the surgery, yeah. I slept in an hospital for 2 months with a boy. And one of them is, you know, you're being told you have to wash, you have to wait, like, you wake up at 3. We go line, I don't know where. And you know, now I have a baby who's convulsing. You're carrying the baby, you wake up at 3. You line for medicine. 3? You line up, yes, at 3. You know, now they give medicine with time. There's that medicine you're given at 3.
Why should you line up?
No,
there's nobody available to bring it.
To bring it, yeah. They don't want you to. I don't know what happens with the hospitals. They just don't want to bring you the medicine.
It was a public hospital?
Yes, it's... I don't know.
Our viewers, this is not interesting, but we have to smile anyhow.
Yeah.
See you after the break. Welcome back, our viewer. Wow. Okay. So at 3 a.m.
Yes. Yes, at 3 a.m.
Is it for you or for the baby?
For the baby's medicine. See, now you carry the baby to go and receive medication.
At 3 a.m.
At 3 a.m.
So they don't even care about your health, your mental health?
You're talking about your mental health. Some of these hospitals only have baby cots for the baby. You can imagine I stayed in that hospital for 2 months and I was sleeping in a bench. Because they don't have beds for big people. They have beds for the kids only. So you, as a big person, you sort yourself. And you know you have to take care of the baby. So for 2 months, I slept on a bench and went back to my house, slept on a bed. I felt like I was in heaven. I was wondering, people feel like this when they're sleeping on the bed. So it has been a journey, let me say. So I've seen a lot. And that was when he used to have serious convulsions. And also I think that one became a wake-up call to me. I said, enough of the convulsions. I told God no, but I pay tithe. Help me out.
So the bills are also increasing?
Yes. Every day we are here. The baby has this, the baby has pneumonia, the baby has this.
So just take us through the journey of taking care of a child that has cerebral palsy, because there may be somebody who is not aware or somebody who is going through that. So what are the things that were very challenging, and what are the do's and the don'ts? And basically, how is it, the experience?
Well, most of the time, cerebral palsy kids, most of the time they convulse. And I thank God mine overcame convulsions.
At what age?
At the age of 1.5.
Okay. At
the age of 1.5, now the convulsions stopped to date. He's now 8.
Oh, wow.
Yes, but the convulsions stopped. So, you know, one thing is because cerebral palsy is basically brain damage, and most of the time it is the damage at the part of development. So this means for the baby to go to another stage, it is by the help of therapy. That's why we do therapy. We live on therapy.
Okay.
Yes.
What kind of therapies do you do?
Occupational therapy.
Okay.
That is, you know, they're being, like now, you want the baby to walk, they're trained. They take the leg, they move, so that the brain records, so that the brain registers. So whatever you do to the baby is what will be registered to the brain.
So automatic milestones now have to be taught.
Yes.
Wow.
They don't have automatic milestones, and they might take long also to achieve. Achieving, like I was telling the other day, I was telling my friends, the day my son will begin to stand, I will throw a bash, because you know, for us it is a big thing. You know, for somebody like another mother, it is something normal. The baby will achieve walking, standing, but for us, for a child to achieve sitting, you have put a lot of money, because therapy is not also cheap.
Wow. You pay for it?
Yes. Who will give you therapy for free? It's done by people. Yes, so nobody will give you therapy for free, and it is not cheap. You go to, you know, public hospitals. Thank God for public hospitals. So sometimes you have to go an extra mile for the sake of the baby. Get, you know, how do you call them, the private therapist maybe, to come and see the baby. There are those equipments the baby needs. It's not a cheap thing. Yeah. Yeah, it needs a lot. It needs God.
Yeah. So who helps you take care of the baby?
My husband, of course. Yeah, I'm married. My husband is still with me. I want to thank God because of him. He has supported me through this journey. He has never, you know, like said, oh, I will not, but he has been there.
Wow.
Yes, but it is cerebral palsy. I say these kids, they're able differently, kabisa. Because my son is 8. He cannot sit. He cannot eat on his own. He still puts on diapers. What else? He can't walk. He can't talk. He's like a baby.
Does he respond to outside stimulus? Like, can you talk to him? Can he understand?
Yes.
Okay.
He understands. He'll even communicate, like when he pees on himself, you'll see him crying. Okay. He'll cry and, you know, try to look uncomfortable. Yeah. Yeah, and then you'll know something is wrong with him. Yeah. Yes, and then he loves toys. So sometimes you give him a toy that he doesn't like, you will see he won't even concentrate on it. Ah. Yes.
So you've learned his language.
Kabisa. Even cartoons, he's very choosy on cartoons. He doesn't like cartoons with girls. So. Most of the time he likes cartoons with cars.
Gender bias. Yeah. Oh, he's aware of himself. Okay, like cars and
cars, with those ones with, you know, guys running, animals. Animals are like, you know,
the manly kind of stuff.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
So how do you know when he's happy?
When he's happy, he celebrates. Like Kabisa is very jovial, and he's a jovial child. Like even when you come in, when you're friendly, you'll always see him smile. He smiles most of the time. Okay. He has a very nice laughter. A laughter that will keep you wanting to stay with him. Like you go out. I normally go out. Like right now, I'm out here. The moment I'll step my house and he sees me, you'll see he's happy. He's all excited. He's trying to do this.
Wow, he's trying to do this.
Yes, he's excited to see you.
And how is the relationship with the elder sibling?
Very, very good.
Very good.
But then after him, I got another baby.
Oh, you did?
Yes, so I have 2 girls.
You were not afraid?
No, you know, thank God for.
That's why you're a gorgeous woman. That's why you're seated there. Another woman would say, majaribu ingine staki.
No, but that pregnancy, the 3rd one, to be honest with you, I realized I was pregnant.
Yes.
So realizing I was pregnant, I was shocked. To some point, I will be honest with you that I was depressed. Because through even the journey of having my son, there's a point I was depressed. Vibaya, I used to cry every day.
Definitely.
Day and night. I could lock myself. My husband leaves for work. I lock with padlock. I don't want anybody to talk to me. I didn't even have a phone. I made sure I didn't have a phone. I didn't want to talk to anyone. I just wanted to be alone. Then, you know, now that is the time you begin to hear people who are born again asking you what you did. Yes. That is the time you begin getting people who are born again, people who call themselves friends, and people who are born
like
again.
The one they went to Jesus asking who sinned. Yeah.
Asking you, are you sure? You did nothing.
After
And I'm
serving
like,
God
what can I be? What could I have done? Because this is my husband's child. So what could I have done that would have seen me having this
And
kind
then
of
why
baby?
would you do anything that will punish you? Like, or would inconvenience you?
For having.
Yeah, and that's the danger of human nature.
Yeah, so I reached that point. I didn't want to hear people. I just wanted to be alone. And through that, I have been in depression, because let me say at 5 months with the boy, the milk dried because of depression. The reality hit me real bad, and the milk just dried. So I couldn't now breast milk. Now we have to start again. None. Already the bills are high. Only my husband is working. It is not even a job, you know. We thank God for the job.
But we are managing.
We are managing.
Yes.
Eh? So he's the one paying rent, everything. I can't work. And we have to also include none in our budget.
Plus diapers.
Plus diapers now is, even right now we are still using diapers. So it was not easy. I only came out of that by the grace of God. Otherwise, I don't know.
Wow. So what kept you going?
Just God.
Yes.
Just God. You know, I clinged to the word. And I was very much, let me say, I was desperate to see God work. And that is what I kept on telling him. I have seen you do this. I have heard you did it. Now I want to see. So that kept me going. I wanted to see God. So in fact, at some point, I never even used to go to church.
Wow.
Because now I didn't want people. I didn't want anybody who could ask me anything.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, at some point, I couldn't talk about it. Like, like the way I'm talking about it right now, I couldn't. If you just start, I cry. I break and cry. Wow. Because I was wondering how I reached there myself.
Wow. And did you feel like you were blaming the doctors or nurses that attended to you?
In fact, let me now tell you this today. I think for the first time I'll say this. There's a day I met a nurse who was attending to me. Actually, we boarded the same matatu. Do you know, I started feeling that bitterness and anger. I was mad. You know, I was mad. I've always been mad at the nurses until God delivered me. Because I knew it was out of their negligence that my son is like that. And I'm now suffering because it is not small money.
That is true.
We have therapy 3 times in a week. 1 therapy session is 1,500. This baby is on a special diet. This baby needs, like now the other day, we made a therapy seat for him. Because in fact, you can't even go away from the therapy seat. You just have to have it. That is what they sit on 24/7. Making that therapy seat alone, it's more than 10,000. It's just like a seat like this, 10,000 shillings. It's something you pay slowly until the person you are paying tells you, "Aye."
And still you are inconvenienced because you can't work.
You can't work.
Yeah,
you can't work. Like me now, I do work, I do teach, but I can't get a straight job that will occupy me like from morning to night.
Yeah.
I can't. So I have to get something that is flexible. I work, I run to the house. I work, I run to the house. Yeah.
We celebrate you. You're a gorgeous woman.
Amen.
And that is why through you, God will encourage many mothers
Amen.
that are giving up.
Amen.
And of course, pursue your music ministry. That one you can do at the comfort of your home.
Kabisa.
So we'll request our producers to play her song. Is it on YouTube?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you call yourself?
Mercy Simiyu.
Mercy Simiyu. Okay. On Facebook, on Instagram?
Mercy Simiyu.
Mercy Simiyu.
Mercy Simiyu.
So there's no other? The one and the only Mercy Simiyu.
Mercy Simiyu music.
Yeah.
Mercy Simiyu music. Actually, like Mercy Simiyu music will bring the pages.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. You have a contagious smile.
Amen.
That is
Amen.
just God.
Amen.
And we celebrate you.
Amen.
Take care of that flower that God gave you. And once you do it, the crown in heaven. There is always a crown
Amen.
for people like you.
Amen.
So to everybody in them, I'm a dick, a nurse, or a doctor. God has placed you in a position where you can make decisions that will save life and bring comfortable life. So I would kindly request that, please, wherever you are, may God give you grace. May God give you wisdom and understanding as you undertake your task. We celebrate the good ones, but for the few that are negligent, may God help you and remold you again. From us is God bless you. Until we see you next time. Bye-bye.